All right, guys. Next example is going to make use of factory I/O. There will be videos on the, if I haven't mentioned it already, there should be videos at the bottom of the course, or I'm going to put links to the YouTube videos to show you how to set up factory I/O and get it working with either your physical PLC and Siemens TIA or with PLC Sim. Right now I've got it working with PLC Sim, so I don't actually need, so you can see that right here, right? I'm working with Siemens PLC Sim, and if I go here to File and Drivers, then you can see that I'm using the PLC Sim driver. So I don't actually need a physical PLC. So this is where things get cool in that you can use all your stuff with the Siemens TIA. You don't actually have to spend $1,500 on a PLC. You're actually using PLC Sim, and now you've got the 30-day trial of factory I/O, and now this is where cool things happen because your PLC program will link to this simulator program. So right here you can see that I've got my stop push button going to input 0.0, my start going to input 0.1, my reset button going to input 0.2. On my outputs here, I've got the indicator lights that are on the front face of my panel here. So those are these guys right here. Then I've got my stack lights, red, yellow, and green. That's these bad boys right here. And then I've got my roller conveyor 0 and my roller conveyor number 1. Okay, so roller conveyor 0 is going to be, which one is that? Let's see. Is my feed conveyor. And roller conveyor number 1 is going to be my removal conveyor. Okay, so removal conveyor is right here. Okay, so those are the outputs. Those are set, and if I go to my tags here, then you'll see that I've got, I've got all those tags that are already into my program here. Now I have made use of the clock byte as well because I want to have a flashing light. So I've got those guys in there in my tag list as well. Okay, so let's go back to the factory I/O. Let me go back to my main OB here. And this, let me show you how this thing works first, and then we'll walk through the program here. So this one makes use of both an on delay and an off delay timer. Right now, I have both conveyors off. So I've got the red light on, and I've also got the red light on the panel. Then I'm going to hit the push button right here. So that's going to be my start push button. And you'll see up above that turns on a system run bit. And I use the system run bit in a number of places to turn on lights and turn on my timers and stuff. So let's see how this guy works. I'm going to hit the start push button. And right now the exit conveyor or the removal conveyor turns on. Then the entry conveyor turns on. And once the entry conveyor turns on, then the green light is on. If I press the stop at any time, then the yellow light flashes and the removal conveyor runs for 5 more seconds. Just to get these guys out of the way so things don't back up. In the factory I/O program, I have an emitter and a remover, so those guys are always happening and that they're always bringing pallets with boxes on there, and then when the pallets get to the end here and slide down, then they're removed from the program. Okay, now that both of the conveyors are off, then both red lights are on. If I hit the green light, then the removal conveyor turns on, the flashing light turns on, those guys go for 5 seconds. Then the entry conveyor turns on, and now that I have both conveyors running, then both green lights are on. Beautiful. If I hit the stop push button, then then the removal conveyor runs, the yellow light flashes yet again, and then when everything comes to a stop, then the red light turns on. Cool, eh? So let's take a look at the program that I've written here. And then what I'll do is, again, I'll have the PDF of this program below. I'm going to see if there's a way that, because I need to be able to export this scene right here so you can use this. So I need to find out how to do that. No promises on that. Otherwise, I'm going to have to do a video on how to show you how to set this guy up. So hopefully I can export this. So this program is set up where I have the stop as a normally closed, right? So if I press that stop push button, then that changes state. When I hit the start, that's a normally open. So when I press that, then it changes state within my program there. Okay, those guys, when the start turns on, then the system run bit is going to turn on. So that's just a memory bit. And I'm using that to hold on the logic to the system run bit. Okay. If the system run bit is running, then I turn on the green panel light. So you'll see that when I press this, then the green panel light turns on. Okay. And then down below, I've got the red stack light, and that and the red panel light, they're only going to turn on when both conveyors are off. Okay, so nothing to do with the system run bit, just the fact that if both conveyors are off, then both of these red lights are going to be on. Okay, the yellow stack light is going to turn on and it's going to flash because I'm making use of that memory bit, and I've set it to M10.5 and it's flashing at 1 Hertz. So 2 instances where the yellow stack light is going to flash. So when the system run bit turns on and the on delay timer is a 0. So that means that the system run bit is true, and my on delay timer is timing out, and the queue has not set yet. I may have misspoke there. So system run bit is true, and the queue has not set yet. Okay, so in that case, if I hit the run, then you can see that the yellow stack light is flashing at the moment. And then once the 5 seconds has elapsed, then this is no longer true. Okay, the other time when the yellow stack light is going to flash is when I've actually stopped the system, right? So when I press the stop push button, then this conveyor is still running, right? So I want to have a light that's flashing to say, hey, just take it easy, watch yourself, because this conveyor is still running over here. Okay, this one bent my mind a little bit, so trying to mess around with these bits in order to get them to both come in to do that for the yellow stack light. I would say that was, for me, that was the hardest part of the program. Okay, then down below, then we've got our timers. So when the system run bit goes true, then the on delay timer is going to start to time out. Okay, in that time when the queue has not set, then the yellow light flashes. Once the queue has set, then the feed conveyor can actually turn on. Okay, and once the feed conveyor turns on, then I'm going to turn on the green stack light. Okay, so I have the green panel light to indicate that I'm in the system run, and I've got the green stack light to show that both conveyors are now running. Okay, down below I've got an off delay timer. So remember that an off delay timer, the signal going into it, this is the only signal going in, has to go true and then false. So once the system run bit goes true and then false, then the off delay timer will start to time out. As soon as the system run bit goes true though, then the queue will set on this off delay timer. So if we follow down here, I've come right off this power rail right here with the off delay timer queue, and that's going to feed my removal conveyor. So that's feeding this guy right here. So it has nothing to do with the system run bit that I was using there. Okay, so that will remain running if this goes from a 1 to a 0, right? Then this keeps running for 5 seconds, and then after that time, then the removal conveyor will turn off. Cool, eh? So let me make this a little bit smaller here. Scroll up a touch so you can see everything happening all at once. Okay, so we'll go through the whole sequence here. So hitting the start push button now. Okay, that turns on my removal conveyor, and my yellow stack light is flashing. Once that is timed out, then my feed conveyor turns on and the green stack light is on as well. If I press the stop push button, then the feed conveyor turns off right away. The removal conveyor and the yellow light are on for another 5 seconds. And then once both conveyors turn off, then the red light is on. Both the red light on the stack light and on the panel there. All right, guys, so yet another example of using timers. There's lots of ways to do this, right? So download your program to TIA. Make sure, like, at this point, this might be a good time where you want to start using Factor.io. Keep in mind that the TIA is available for 21 days, and the Factor IO is available for 30 days. So I would say that if you've already downloaded the Siemens product, that I would download the Factor IO now, and then walk through the tutorial videos on how to set everything up to work with your Siemens TIA portal. All right, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Work with the program. See if you can make a better program that I've developed right here. All right, guys. I'll see you guys on the next video.